morning, everyone. This thing is so weird. Sometimes I don't even know what I'm doing. So I hope everyone is doing well. You can hear me. I had to run and get my tea. So let me like move my chair and get a little bit more comfortable. So I hope everyone is doing well today. Today we're going to talk about what your business finances are telling you, and quite a few of us. Our numbers are telling us a few things, and we really need to pay attention. And I'm going to tell you a story of a friend. I'm going to keep all the names. I'm going to change all the names, or I'm just not going to say them. So I'm making tea at the same time. So I'm going to tell you a story about what happens when you don't pay attention to your business finances and how it can start a domino effect of pretty much almost ruining your finances and put a big stain on how you're living your life. So we're going to talk about that today. So I hope everyone is doing well. And I've already shared out. I'm actually turning everything on so that we can go live here on Instagram. For those of you, if I'm coming into your stream, you're watching, I am Phylecia Jones, budgetologist and solopreneur, money management expert, and you are watching Ask the Budgetologist. I come to you every morning and I answer any questions you have about business, budgeting, and solo entrepreneurship. Now, and of course, I give you tons of unsolicited advice. And I go live here on Facebook.com/Keep Up with Mrs. Jones and over on Instagram at Keep Up with Mrs. Jones. And today we're going to talk about business finances. And I've been talking about this a little bit since last week, but I have a friend that's in a situation that is so devastating. It's so devastating. And to be honest, it's not much different than a lot of other business owners that I've talked to. So, hey, Jerry, how are you doing this morning? So I want to actually talk to you about it today. And we're going to talk about what your business finances are telling you. And you really need to pay attention. So I first want to tell you that if I can help in any way, shape, form possible, all you have to do is go to the book now button here on Facebook.com/Keep Up with Mrs. Jones. And you can schedule a one-on-one session and we can figure out what we need to do to start really piecing through on getting your financial situation together in your business. For those of you on Instagram, all you got to do is go check the link in the bio. And I'm about to make some changes to the coaching to let you know that the price is going to start going up. Right now is 45 minutes for $100, you and me. The price is going to start going up. So if you want to get in at the low price, and if you need my help, please go ahead and schedule a session. I'm not really sure when I'm going to raise the prices, probably over the next 2 weeks. So just kind of giving you a warning right now. Hey, Jerry. Hey, Cassie. How are you doing this morning? So I sound really like low because, yes, I'm a margarita enthusiast. And what I'm about to tell you, the story I'm going to tell you is probably going to make you want to drink a margarita already this morning. All right. So what your business finances are telling you, I talk about this all the time. You got to become the CFO in your business. You got to start looking at what the numbers are saying, what they're telling you to do, where they're telling you to go. So if your numbers are telling you that it's time to work on money mindset, time to hire, time to fire, time to sell, or maybe your finances are telling you, do people even want they're telling you to ask yourself, do people even want what you're selling? I've had to go through that big time. And it's humbling, it's frustrating. And it's like you have to go through the grieving process when you have to kind of get to that point of really paying attention to the numbers. And I always say, trust the numbers. They are not lying to you. You just have to trust them and listen. So I'm going to tell you about a friend who is an amazing marketing and business coach. Amazing at it. But for whatever reason, over the last year, things just haven't gone the way they should. Over the last 1 to 2 years, they've been out there, speaking, or not speaking as often as they should, but they've been trying. They've tried all these different things and they just keep seeming to hit a wall. I know exactly what that is like. I know exactly what it's like, where you kind of go one way and a wall comes and just smacks you in the face. It's like the earth is trying to tell you something. but you just choose not to listen. And so this friend is doing all these things, hitting walls after walls, but still persevering, keep moving forward. Has an amazing product, coaches, does amazing work, but it just wasn't clicking. And, as a friend, you just kind of hear things. And, I just kind of, when people come to me with that kind of, with those issues, you kind of give a little bit of this and that. Hey, Jessica, you give a little bit of advice and don't get some advice, and you just kind of listen on the surface. And then one day, if I'm real good friends with you, I just start asking you about the money. And the story of the money, woo, makes a girl want to drink a whole bottle of Prosecco. So what was happening with the money is that none was coming in, and they were living day to day and client to client. Literally all I got to do is make 1,000. I'll have 1,000. I owe this 1,000 to somebody. I'll make a 500 and I'll owe this 500 to someone. One, that is dirty math. Okay. Just because you made 1,000 doesn't mean you actually get 1,000 in your bank account. But that's how they were managing. And they were living from client to client, being very desperate, trading their services for other things without contracts. Somebody thought they were getting a trade. And then later on, somebody's like, no, you owe me money. And when I started hearing the story, I started predicting things. I was like, you're going to have to pay this person back. Well, no, they said this. They agreed to this trade. Like, when people want their money back, you got to give them. And this is fault for, and I always say, I'm very honest with friends. I'm like, this is your fault for walking into this situation. So we have that. We owe people money. We have a contract. We got a contract for a venue, owes money on that, paid for these others. I mean, it's the financial windfall. And of course, you know how a financial windfall goes. You're not making any money. You owe money. The credit cards are due. The bills are due. You start getting stressed out. And I've always thought about this at the back of my head. Hey, Abundant Wealth Solutions. Hey, Mary, how you doing? Over on Instagram. And I've always said the cherry on top to a financial windfall is when your car breaks down. Anybody ever experienced that? It's like when everything is going like this, that's when the car decides, $4,700 in repairs, $1,500 in brand new tires. Happens, I don't know, it's like clockwork. It's like cars know exactly when to throw you the last nail on the coffin to tell you you need to wake up. I have been there, trust me. I had the waterfall in the living room and the car in the same week. It's just funny how it happens. But when I look at my friend and I look at other business owners that tell me these stories, I find that us business owners, we back ourselves into a corner. And on top of that, not only do we have owing money, not making enough money, living client to client, we've signed contracts. My friend signed contracts with coaching that they can't afford and they just can't show up for because they're still looking for that one thing that will turn the tide around. They're still trying to buy success, and you can't do it. Okay. You just can't do it that way. Hey, Jessica. Bye, Jessica. I know Jessica had to jump off. Hey, Heather. How you doing this morning? Heather saying she's living on right now on both cars. Yeah. And I was going to talk about something slightly different, but it's kind of the same thing. But I wanted to tell this story because I don't want you to back yourself into a financial corner. This is stressful. It is stressful. I know so many people that live like this in their business. I know so many people that live like this. But, we have people in our heads telling us, spend money to make money. All you got to do, if you invest in this program, you'll be a success. All you got to do is mortgage this, and then you'll be a success. And it just doesn't work the way it's supposed to. And then on the other side, we know we have blocks, we have mindset blocks. And so we buy another coaching program, another coach who says, all you got to do is clear your mindset and then all this other stuff will fall into place, which I actually do agree with. But you see how when we are in this situation, we start looking for solutions, especially as business owners. We know that we can always find a coach for something. So we tend to just instantly go for the coach. We tend to instantly go for the coach, whereas sometimes we need to just sit back and just start doing. Or we need to pay attention to what the numbers are telling us. And those numbers are kind of slapping us in the face, trying to tell us some major things, all right? Trying to tell us some major things. So, of course, for those of you who are tuning in, we're talking about what are your business finances telling you. And I'm just telling you a little story of a friend who has found themselves in a big financial corner. And I want to make sure that you don't find yourself into this. So find yourself in this. Bleh. I'm still kind of sleepy, so sorry what comes out of my mouth. So please share this out if you know people that may need a little bit of help in this, who need to just get a financial slap in the face, especially for my business owners. There's way too many of us business owners out there that are, living the high life and not making any money. I know what it's like. I've been there. Okay. I know what it's like. And it's just so, it frustrates me a lot because I see so many of us who have the promise to be successful, but we get so deep into these financial corners. And then what do? We quit. We quit when we could just be around the block. Or some of us don't quit when we need to. Ooh, yeah, I went there. So let's talk about your numbers and what they're telling you. Sometimes your numbers, like with my friend, the numbers are telling her the business may not be it for her right now. And I know a lot of us will never, ever want to hear that. But being a full-time business owner is very stressful. Let me say that again. Being a full-time business owner is very stressful, and it's even more stressful when no money is coming in, when the debt is piling up, and when your family is just staring you as if they want to put a knife in your back. That's when it gets more stressful. So I told my friend, I was like, I know you don't want to hear this. And I'm not telling you to quit your business, but is it time to go get a job? Because you cannot, when you are that stressed about money, it manifests some very nasty things inside of your business. Desperation, willing to do whatever to make money, getting bad clients. You can't focus. You go down every last rabbit hole in the world. That's what happens when you're stressed out about money and trying to run a business. So I recommended to my friend, you know what? It might be time to find a job. No entrepreneur wants to hear those words. I know, Mary. Seriously? Yeah. No entrepreneur wants to hear those words. But it might be time. Mary is asking, how long, hey, Joe Monte 2018. Hey, how you doing on Instagram? Mary is asking how long was my friend at it. She's actually been in business about 7 years. And things were going pretty well, and I maybe just hit some roadblocks. Not really sure. You'll be surprised how things can turn pretty quickly when you're not paying attention. So she was in business about 7 years. Just the last few years just hasn't been going the way she wanted it to go. And I can't really tell you why. But, so we were talking about getting a job, and, and I told her, I said, you know what, your business can become a side hustle for now. Your business can turn right back into a side hustle. But right now your financial priorities are so major. They are so major that it's like even me, this is not a budget. And I tell you this all the time. I have people come to me because I got the phone call like about a month ago, like I need help with the budget. And I told him, I was like, this is not a budget issue. This is a survival issue. And at this point, we're gonna have to figure some things out to bring in some money. And the stress level is to the roof. And on top of that, all the nasty things stress causes, diabetes, heart issues, hair falling out, not being able to sleep. Oh gosh, stress is a nasty little beast when it comes into your life. Hey, Angela, how you doing this morning? So I want you to really pay attention to your numbers. Are they telling you it's time to sell more? For some of the business owners, for some of you watching, all you got to do is just sell a little bit more. Do a little bit more and you're good. For some of you, and I know we hear these stories all the time of business owners. Oh my gosh, I was close to being in debt. I was failing, all of these things, but I kept with it and now I'm a billionaire. Those stories are great. Those stories are great. Those stories are great to tell on the other side. Nobody ever tells that story when you're going through it and all of the things that's going on around you. And also, a lot of people don't tell you that even though they were going broke, they weren't making money, they had credit card debt, they probably had somebody else funding them to keep things going. Some of us, not most, but some of us have partners that are just like, keep going. We'll ride this with you and we'll keep everything afloat until you make it. A lot of people don't tell you that. But what's happening with a lot of us is that when we are not able to keep things going in our business, it's also ruining our family life. I know too many people they are on the edge. Like, spouses don't have jobs. The parents are paying the mortgage. They have no money whatsoever. And I totally get sticking with your business. I get it. But that financial stress, it is nasty. There are too many of us losing relationships, losing kids, because we don't want to pay attention to the numbers. So I want you to pay attention to the numbers. Nobody's telling you to quit your business. You're going to have to just go into double mode. You're going to probably have to work your business from 9 until 3 a.m. And then you're going to do another job from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. I know it sucks, but when you have lost all of your privileges, when you back yourself into a financial corner, so that's why I always beg you as a business owner, please pay attention to the numbers. They are telling you something. Okay? But you got to pay attention to it. And Angela's saying, right, you don't hear the story in the middle of the struggle. No. You don't tell the story in the middle. You never hear the story in the middle of the struggle. That's why I try to come on Saturdays to do behind the scenes, just to kind of let you know what I am struggling with, just to let you know that, you're not alone in this. And I know I'm going to come out on the other side. I know I'm going to come out on the other side of whatever challenge I'm going through, but I just want to be realistic and not sit here and like, I'm all cute and pretty and making $1 billion when I'm over here like crying as soon as I turn the camera off. Just want to be realistic, and because nobody will tell you what's going on in the middle, what's in their website. So you got to start paying attention to what is going on. All right. You got to start paying attention. Look at your business numbers. If they're telling you that you need to get off your butt and go sell more, do it. If your business numbers are telling you it is time to hang this up for 6 months, for a year, and bring in some cash flow, listen, okay? If it's time to telling you that you're stressing yourself out, missing out on opportunities, hire some help. If it's time, your business numbers are telling you it's time to get rid of all of the people that are helping you but not really helping you, stop. If you see that you got tons of debt and very little hair on your head because of all this stress, pay attention to it, okay? Pay attention. And Cassie's saying, oh, dang, say it like it is, girl. Thank you, Cassie. Hey, Catherine, how you doing this morning? That's just playing at that point. Good morning. Yes, you're right. You're right, Catherine. It is just playing. And, and to be honest, Catherine, I will play devil's advocate on that. I won't say that it's just playing all the time, depending on what statement I said. I don't know. I just think we get overwhelmed. We get way too overwhelmed when it comes to this business thing, because everybody has a solution. I'm sorry, I have a solution. I'm telling you to look at things from the money perspective. A social media person is telling you to look at everything from a social media perspective. A speaking coach is telling you to look at everything from a speaking perspective. A sales coach from a sales perspective. A business mentor. Everybody has a solution of how you can get to where you need to go. Everybody has a solution. But you have to be the CEO of your business. And this is the day I need you to step into those CFO shoes and report back to the CEO of what they are seeing. I've done some virtual CFO work for people. This is a hard job because nobody wants to hear what you have to say. Nobody wants to hear it. But it's a very, it's not subjective. You just come in, look at the numbers, and, I can come back and say, Catherine, your numbers are telling you No, it's time to go do something else. It's time to pay off this debt. It's time to get a job. It's time for you to get off your butt and stop pretending like you are a diva and go and sell more. That's what happens when I come in as a CFO. And to be honest, I've been fired. I have been fired because of that. Because one person told me, I didn't pay you to tell me that I need to make more money. And I said, well, then my job is done here, because that's what I'm supposed to do as a CFO. I look at everything objectively and tell you what is going on and what the numbers are saying. And I don't sugarcoat it, because you can't sugarcoat playing around with finances. They will come back and bite you in the butt later, okay? And Angela is saying sometimes it's being hopeful, so you keep hanging in there. Yes, you have to be hopeful. You have to be hopeful. It's just sometimes the end game, we may have to get to the end game in a different way than what we imagined. So that's why I'm always saying, for those of you who have backed yourself in a financial corner, like my friend, and I was like, I'm not telling you to quit the business, to go hang it up. But I'm telling you, but I was telling her, you need to go and just pay attention to what's going on. You're going to get there. It's just not going to be the way you thought it was. It's not going to be posting 3 times on social media, speaking 5 times a month, and then just like, I'm a billionaire. No, you may have to go do that hard work stuff. Pull that hair back, take off the makeup, and we're working to 2 a.m. And I know a lot of people who tell me I'm too old for that. I'm in my 50s, I'm in my 60s, and I just can't work that hard anymore. Then I don't know what else to tell you. When you've lost all your privileges to be cute and you need to start changing your financial situation, you need to go and make the changes instantly. Hey, Heather, I love that you don't sugarcoat. Oh, thank you, Heather. Had a great session with Heather yesterday. So Heather did a jumpstart session. Oh my gosh, it was fun. I think I overwhelmed her a little bit, but it's cool. So Heather has a whole bunch of notes, and she knows how to go out and start tackling a few things to get some gigs on her calendar. Oh, I know, I squirreled for a minute because I got to drink tea. So, numbers, people, numbers. I know you don't like them. I know they're stressful. I know that it may not be your strong point, your strong suit, but you're the CEO. You are the one who signed up to run a business, not everybody else. You. You're the one who signed up to run a business. You are the one who signed up to put CEO after your title, founder after your title, COO, CFO, whatever fancy title you put behind yourself on LinkedIn, you are the one who signed up to do it. And if you don't have the ovaries to step into those shoes, to be the CEO and to play CFO and make the decisions that you need to do to change the future of your business and your finances, then I'm asking you to go find something else to do. I need you to go find something else to do, because you are wasting your time. You're wasting your time, and you're wasting your life away. Ooh. Those 5 years of stressing out about money, spending goo-gobs of money, getting nowhere, and not paying attention. We could have been traveling the world. I like that. Come on. We could have been having a whole lot more fun. But you're the one who signed up for it. So when I hear all these people like, oh my gosh, I just have money issues and I just don't want to pay attention to it. No, sorry. You signed up for this. Sorry. You better power up those ovaries and get it going. You are the one who signed up for it. Not your friend who needs to hear your pity story every other week. Not your spouse who is trying to support you, but you are draining the finances and stressing out the family. You got to start paying attention to these numbers, people. They are telling you what to do. They are absolutely telling you what to do in all aspects. It's not just paying off debt. It's not just being in a financial hole. You may be looking at your time and you're all over the world doing everything. It's time to hire. You have people that you're paying that's not producing. It's time to fire. You also need to pay attention to the numbers. Your numbers are telling you whether or not people want what you're selling. Woo, that's a hard one. I've been there. It's humbling. It is humbling to look at the numbers and put it out there on a board, on a whiteboard, and say it out loud. People don't want to buy my shit. It is humbling to be in that situation. But after 3, 4, 5 years, your numbers are telling you what's going on. Your numbers are telling you what you need to do, okay? So that's why you got to start paying attention. Oh, Angela, you're funny. She said, if you don't have the ovaries, because, I don't have balls. They don't look good in pants, for me at least. For me, they just don't work in how women's pants are cut. So we got to do the ovaries. Ovaries give life, people. We produce life out of our, through our ovaries and all the other things inside there. So that's why you got to strengthen them up and give life to whatever it is that you're working on. Okay. And yes, Heather, Cassie is asking, what's a jumpstart session? So Cassie, a jumpstart session is when you go to keepupwithmrsjones.com/jumpstart. That's how you book a one-on-one session with me. And I don't preach. I just get to the point of what you need to be working on. So I want you to pay attention to those numbers. And this has been bubbling up since last week. And just the number of people I've talked to who are in these financial situations that are stressing out themselves, stressing out the family. And I told you about my friend Gordon Syrup. He came and did a talk for one of the groups that I'm a speaker coordinator for. And he said, you got to create margin with your time, with your energy, and with your money. You got to create margin, okay? Because when you don't have margin with your money, with your time and energy, you're going to be like my friend. You're going to be on the edge of not knowing what to do, stressed out, having the family stressed out, and just in a situation that you can't get yourself out of. So you got to create that margin. You got to create that space. And it does take you being the CEO and the CFO of your business to pay attention to what really needs to be happening, okay? That's what you got to do. If you need help with any of this, yes, book a jumpstart session with me. keepupwithmrsjones.com/jumpstart. If you have questions, put them here. You can DM me. I'll answer your questions live. There is no reason in today's age, society, world, in the internet, Google age, why you should be stressing and why you should not be getting help with any of this stuff, okay? There is no reason. And if you're not getting help, then, don't be surprised at what you get later, okay? Don't be surprised. So look at your numbers. The 15th is coming up, and I'm going to tell you about the 1st and 15th, what you need to do on your numbers. But this is the middle of, this is July. We're in the second half of 2018. And if the first half of 2018 went just as fast as it went for me as it is for you, or for you as me, I don't know what I'm saying, but it went fast for me. And if it went fast for you, the next thing you know, it's going to be November. And then we're going to be on the horizon of another year, another stress point with finances, and another trying to figure it out. Please, for all that's holy, I've been doing this for a year, coming live to you. I don't want you to be around in another year being in the same position. I don't. I want you to be so busy that you can't even watch me live, that you have to download the podcast on iTunes. That's how busy I want you. I don't want you to be around and watching me live every day for like 10 years. Unless I'm in the background while you're working, okay? That's what I want you to do. So create margin with your time, energy, and money. I'm going to ask my friend Gordon if he can do a little video thing of that, because it was amazing. It was amazing. And what he said was, what he said from now, hey, Mr. J. Hicks, Miami, how you doing this morning? And what he said, the crux of his talk was, entrepreneurship is hard. Entrepreneurship is hard. It's okay if it's not meant for you. It absolutely is okay if it's not meant for you. And I always say, don't worry about what other people say. I know in the entrepreneurship world, getting a job, changing directions, we're always worried about what other people say. We're always worried. Here's a question for you. Do all those people feed you? No. If they don't feed you, don't worry about what they say. There you go. All right. If you need me, you know where to find me. And yes, Heather, 5 months is going to be Christmas. It's almost Christmas. We should do holiday budgeting right now. It is almost Christmas, folks. So let me go ahead and sign off here on Instagram first. So for those of you on Instagram, Mr. J Hicks Miami and Mary for Abundant Wealth Solutions, thank you so very much. I'll see you bright and early. What are we talking about tomorrow? Let me go figure out. Tomorrow. I'm not prepared. Tomorrow. We budget. Tomorrow is only a day away. Tomorrow. Are you not making money in your business? Oh my gosh, we're going to be talking about the same thing tomorrow. Are you not making money in your business? Woo! Tomorrow is Feed the Budget Day. So for those of you on Instagram, see you bright and early tomorrow. Take care. Happy budgeting. You know I appreciate you. Bye. For those of you who are still on Facebook, you know I love you. You know I love you. Oh, double dang. Do they feed you? Yes, Cassie. Do they feed you? Stop worrying about what other people are thinking, because they are not paying your bills and they are not feeding you. So, all right, folks, tomorrow we're going to talk about kind of the same thing. I'll put a different a different twist on it, but we're going to talk about, are you not making money in your business and what you can go and do, because we got to feed our budgets. The only way we can have a happy, effective budget is if we feed it. So tomorrow we're going to talk about feeding budget and probably giving you a couple of tips that you can do right now to go and produce some money fast. All right. You know I appreciate you. Cassie, Angela, Heather, Jessica. Who else is here? Catherine. Lovely Catherine. And, Jerry. Jerry, how you doing, Jerry? I appreciate you. If you need me, you know how to find me. If it's time for us to have a one-on-one session, that blue button over on facebook.com/keep up with Mrs. Jones. All it takes is like one click, put your name in and say, Phylecia, let's do this. All right, let's do this. So had a beautiful session with Heather yesterday. We talked about speaking gigs and gave her a few little hacks so that she can go out and start using more speaking to bring in more clients. So there you go. So if you need me, you know where to find me. Take care. Happy budgeting. See you bright and early tomorrow morning. Bye. Oh, I got to find buttons. I'm sorry. I got to find buttons. Oops.